We've talked about that the purpose of statistics is to collect and analyze data. And what we're doing is we're analyzing data about a population. And so we take a sample. And so one of the ways we can take a sample are through experiments. So we want to look at the different ways we can collect data. So first off, experiments, of course, is one of the ways we could collect data. We could also do, let's actually list out some. I should have added this in there. So data collection. Let's just list them out. I should have had this in there. Data collection. What are some ways we could collect data? Well, we could do a survey. We could do a poll. Right? That's basically like a survey. And we can do an experiment. That's what we're going to look at here. Those are the main types of data collection. So surveys and polls, that's easy to think about, but experiments, that's where it gets a little trickier. So experimental units are what we're studying. And if it's people, we usually call them subjects. The outcome or response is what is measured on each unit. So what we're trying to look at. The treatments is the procedures applied to each experimental unit. So the ways we could have an experiment, we could have a randomized experiment, a study in which the investigator assigns the treatments to the experimental units at random. We could have an observational study, and this is a study where the assignment of treatments is not determined by the investigator. In other words, they just kind of watch and see. A double-blind experiment is an experiment where neither the investigator nor the subjects know who has been assigned the treatment. Now, something to be careful of on experiments is sometimes there's what is called a confounding variable. Something other than the treatment can affect the results. And we're not going to go into a whole bunch on that. If you are going into a science field, you'll think about that more. But if you're thinking about, like if you were doing a study and you brought in people to do a survey, could the temperature of the room affect how they answered the survey or how they completed the study? Could the colors of everything affect everything? There's a whole research protocol about how to limit these other variables from affecting your results. So, which method of data collection should you use to collect data if you want to do a study on drinking coffee and the increase in metabolism? Well, that would probably be an observational study, right? Where you find people that are actually drinking coffee already and you study their metabolism. Well, no, it wouldn't. Because you want to compare people who drink coffee with people who don't. So this would be an experiment. Sorry. A study of how high school students solve a logic puzzle. That would be observational. You would be just watching. A study of U.S. adults' approval rating of the president. Is that an experiment? That would be a survey. The study of the effect of doing yoga on decreasing lower back pain. That could be an experiment. Or you could even say it could be an observational study. A lot of these, the way you explain how it could work could change which answer you give. All right. What if I wanted to study the effect of lavender oil relieving depression? First off, what would be the population that I'm trying to study? Well, I'm trying to study people suffering from depression. What would be the focus of the study? Does lavender oil relieve depression symptoms? What would be the best method for collecting that data? I would think an experiment. The study of Olympia High graduates finding a job within 1 year of graduating college. Okay, so what's my population? Well, that would be graduates of Olympia, says high, so Olympia High School. And what is our focus? Do they find a job within 1 year of graduating college? What would be the best way to find that out? Are you going to follow them around and observe them? Would you pull them in for an experiment? Or would this be more of a survey?